What's up guys, it's me Mitchell, welcome back to MD3. I just got back from the Sundance Film Festival 2023. I had a blast and I'm going to talk about some of the films I saw there. It was a great experience. I want to thank everyone who made this a possibility and I'm really looking forward to next year's. Please note this video series is going to be split into two different parts. This year's festival was kind of weird for me because I had to experience it two different ways. It's being offered in person, online. I'm doing both. I just got back from the in-person part of it. I could only go for the opening weekend because of other obligations in my busy schedule. And then the rest of the festival I'm experiencing online for the rest of this week, which the video I'm recording is Monday. The festival starts tomorrow on Tuesday and goes through next Monday. So there's gonna be a lot of films. So if you see this episode and say, why did you only see 5 films during the festival? That is not the case. I'm seeing like another 11, I think, in the online portion. This is just all that I was able to see on the opening weekend. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. So I started the festival with watching Still, which is the new Michael J. Fox movie directed by Davis Guggenheim, who is a very prolific documentary filmmaker. He had a film that premiered at Sundance a few years ago. I love this documentary. I'm gonna cut it short and sweet. I loved it a lot. Now, I don't think it's gonna be everyone's cup of tea. I brought my dad and my sister along with me to the screening. Davis Guggenheim did an introduction, and it was very, very heartfelt. He was thanking Michael J. Fox and his family, and Michael J. Fox was actually at the screening. Here's a clip that I got from when he was walking on stage. This film is actually going to Apple TV Plus's service sometime this year. They didn't give us an exact release date. Documentaries to me can be hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes it seems like the subject can be kind of too one-sided or unfocused, and this film managed to quell all those fears that I had going into this documentary would not be able to do service to Michael J. Fox. It did, and it went above and beyond my expectations. This is a very heartfelt and emotional film that I really think deserves some praise. It's a very, very emotionally resonant film. It's very encouraging to watch this documentary because Michael J. Fox talks about his career a lot. He was the biggest thing back in the day. He was a giant teen star. So he kind of explores Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, family ties, things like that. But it's also another side of the documentary where he doesn't really, he focuses on Parkinson's, but he also doesn't get like too down on the subject. It's very encouraging to see this documentary because it's all about him being able to take advantage of his life and be thankful for everything he has in his life, which is his family and everything around him. And that was a very heartfelt and emotional discussion. He made an appearance for the Q&A afterwards. It was a very emotional thing. I might have teared up once or twice. It was a very heartfelt discussion of everything that we should be thankful for in our own lives.
How lucky I've been and how successful my life has been. Is the stuff with my family. It's just such joy. And
I really, really love this film. Without a doubt, recommend it when it comes out on Apple TV Plus sometime this year. I would give Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, an 89 out of 100. Next, I saw a film that already premiered at other festivals worldwide, but it was in their spotlight section at this festival, so I decided to check it out. It is Janus Film's new film, The 8 Mountains. It's directed by Felix van Groningen and Charlotte Vandersmeerch. I'm very unfamiliar with Groningen's other work. I haven't seen Beautiful Boy, even though people have been screaming at me to watch it for ages. It's the film with Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet, I think, in it. I don't know what it's about. People seem to love that film, so I kind of booked the screening just because I saw his name attached, and I'm like, I kind of want to feel emotion, so let me watch this. And I liked it. I have some issues with it, but I liked it. Let's first start. Let's talk about what the film is about. It's a foreign film. I think it's in Italian, about 2 small boys. One's from the city, one lives in the mountains. The one from the city comes to visit the one in the mountains every so often. They form a friendship in their childhood. And it's a very heartfelt exploration of how friendships evolve over time. It's very close to home. It's a very thorough, mature discussion of how friendships sometimes can falter and change as we grow older and go our separate paths in life. It was a very heartfelt film. There was a lot of emotion felt. That ending was a gut punch. And the actors who play the children and the actors who play the adult versions of them do a great job. There's some like characteristics from the children that the actors who play the adults managed to portray in their character. It was very, very well done. The cinematography is excellent. The sets are excellent. The locations are excellent. Everything kind of just worked for me, except the fact that this film is nearly 3 hours. It's like 2:30, I think, and it's very upsetting to see that because this film easily could have been told in at least 1 hour and 30 to 1 hour and 45 minutes tops. instead of helping itself with the extended runtime, because it's a very simple story, it could be told in like that runtime specifically, but instead of like devoting the extra runtime just to like important scenes that kind of mature the film, they're kind of just lame scenes that make you kind of want to fall asleep and keep you disinterested for the entire time. It's not a knock on the film because I still think it's a great film, but like the fact that this could have been told in a shorter runtime kind of bothers me a little bit because it just hurts the film so much more when you add in all that extended runtime that the scenes are devoted to. Still though, I think this is a phenomenal movie. I really can't wait to check it out again someday. I would give it a 79 out of 100. Next, I saw a film that got a lot of praise at Sundance. I didn't see it opening night. I saw it like one of the following nights because opening night was sold out and this was the only thing I could get a ticket for. It was the new Daisy Ridley film, Sometimes I Think About Dying, directed by Rachel Lambert. The film follows Daisy Ridley's character, Fran, who works a 9-to-5 office job and thinks about dying, as the title suggests. She imagines herself out the office window, hanging from a crane, dying in the middle of a forest, all these different things. She's a very depressed, sad individual who finds no joy in her life until she meets a young man who starts to work at the office in a cubicle next to her. The man starts to make her realize everything that she should think is positive in her life. It makes her look at the world in a new way. The film is a very good film. I loved it a lot. I think it's a very, very good blend of dark and comedy. It kind of makes this like dark comedy blend. It's a very, very fun film. Daisy Ridley's performance is like a little bit subtle because the character is more reserved, quiet, introverted, but it's still like just a great performance. It grips you. She conveys so much with so little, and it's a very hard job. I don't think any other actress or actor could have done it as well as she did, but she does it well, and it was very, 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 very fun to see. The script is great, the direction is great, the score is so wacky and crazy and funny. It just made me laugh. And then also, I would say that it reminded me of a movie by Charlie Kaufman. Like, it reminded me of I'm Thinking of Ending Things a little bit. It reminded me of Synecdoche a little bit. It just had that kind of feel to it, like a Being John Malkovich type film. So yeah, if you like those films, I definitely think you should check it out. It's a phenomenal film. I don't know how it's being released or when yet, but I would give it a 90 out of 100. Definitely check this out. It was probably one of my favorites that I saw out of the ones that I saw in person so far. Then the last film I saw at the festival in person was Brandon Cronenberg's new film Infinity Pool, which is being released by Neon Rated, I think this Friday. So it was a very fast turnaround time. And I don't even know how to talk about this movie. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I think part of the fun of this film is that it's so weird and quirky that you kind of need to experience it for the first time by yourself. Like, you can't go in knowing anything about it because it's gonna take away from it. I'm just gonna say that was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. I don't know how much of it I hallucinated because it was so late and I was so tired, or how much of it was actually in the movie. Yeah. Also, Mia Goth is a star, and I'm getting it out of the way. This was a wild and insane movie, but one that I can unfortunately only give a 60 out of 100 to so far. I'm gonna watch it again because apparently the cut at Sundance was a like more graphic, uncut cut than the one that's releasing on Friday. So maybe I will actually like the one on Friday better than like the one at Sundance because it might be more reserved and less like in-your-face graphic, but that's the rating I'm giving it to now. So as I mentioned before, those are the 4 movies I saw in person at Sundance. I did a lot of other stuff, like walked around, experienced some of the panels that they had. It was a great festival. I cannot wait to go back next year. It was so much fun. I would highly recommend you check it out if you haven't been. But yeah, I'm gonna check out the new online films for the next week, and I will update you guys with a new video at the end of next week with all the films I saw online this following week. So anyways, that's gonna be Sundance Part 1. If you like the video, please like the video down below, subscribe down below, and comment down below. And as always, this is Mitchell signing off. Peace out.